Turkey Tom got banned off of Twitter, and it came out of nowhere to me. The only time that I thought that he might be even slightly within a chance of getting banned was when he made a transitioning joke about him and his girlfriend, and a lot of people took it way too seriously. I even made a video about it, but for the most part, he's been flying completely under the radar. But his Twitter account got nuked, and as we all know, Elon Musk recently bought Twitter. It's pretty much been the biggest story everywhere for the past, I would say, week or so. I've talked about it a little bit on here, and apparently there was a Twitter employee who, right before he got fired, decided that he was going to make a round of banning, and Turkey Tom happened to be on his list of guys to ban, so he got nuked. I find it really interesting how things have, turned out on Twitter. It seems like Twitter's really just been topsy-turvy, which obviously it's going to be with a new regime setting in, but I don't see them rightening the ship. I don't see, Elon Musk turning out to be this great planner and visionary that he was hyped up to be, which is really odd, because like I said, he was hyped up, so much. Everyone was acting as if he was like the second coming. People were acting like he was going to be able to just change and manipulate the way that Twitter worked. And, I from the start said that things weren't exactly going to change. And, other than things that are pretty much objectively negative, I should say, I haven't seen too much of a change. I would say the most obvious negative thing is the fact that you have to pay $8 for a verification badge, and funnily enough, if you don't pay for the verification badge, the algorithm will bury your tweets. This obviously goes against what Elon said about, there's a caste system and I want to do away with it. Well, you're kind of just enforcing it from what I've seen. I mean, in fact, you're making it even worse, because it wasn't exactly a caste system, but this is like clearly taking steps towards an actual caste system of people who are, people who aren't verified being the untouchables, quote unquote. Obviously, it's not that bad. Please don't at me talking about, just because your tweets aren't getting as many likes as they did before doesn't mean that you're an untouchable. Yeah, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But I'm really confused on what the next move is for Elon. This video was originally about Turkey Tom, and I'm gonna get back to him. But Twitter is just been a suspect. It's been a suspect. I don't see him making any positive moves. Now, when it does get to Turkey Tom, there's obviously people who hate him, wanting to, see him banned for a while, and then he actually did get banned, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever, which I think is stupid. I think it's stupid to celebrate anyone getting banned, but that's an obvious statement, so I'm not going to hang on to it for too long. But, I don't even know what got Turkey Tom banned. He was ban evading. I'll give him that. 100% Turkey Tom was ban evading. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, he broke the rules, right? And as dumb as I think the rules are, he still broke them. So we'll have to see what that entails for him. I think that he'll be fine in the long run. I don't see this being a super, big setback for him, but he's gonna be gone for a while. Especially with this new policy about anyone getting reinstated, they have to be, talked about in this council that Elon set up, the Council of Elon. I don't think Turkey Tom's going to be too high on the docket. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but, I mean, when you got high button issues like the reinstatement of Donald Trump and Kanye, I don't think that a commentary YouTuber is going to be, in your thought process, really. I don't even think Elon Musk knows anything at all about commentary YouTube. I think that that's too far of a stretch to say either, and I don't really think the council is going to be meeting just for like these high, high value, highly controversial, I should say, highly controversial people, right? They're not going to be meeting for like if I were to get banned. So that is hyperbole, but it's going to take a minute, especially with all this turmoil going on. He did say that he appealed it, but like, what's the appeal going to do, right? It's either going to be viewed by a bot or it's going to be viewed by a human, again, very low on the docket list because it's not a priority. And that's a big disadvantage that comes with, owning such a large service. You're going to have people who slip through the cracks. It always happens. It's happened with literally everything because that's how things just work. When I say literally everything, I mean pretty much every, not streaming service, every large service that has some form of moderation or lack thereof. Now, Turkey Tom did make this interesting point from a Verge article, and I'm going to play the clip for you.
Content moderation is what Twitter makes. It is the thing that defines the user experience. It's what YouTube makes, it's what Instagram makes, it's what TikTok makes. They all try to incentivize good stuff, disincentivize bad stuff, and delete the really bad stuff. Do you know why YouTube videos are all 8 to 10 minutes long? Because that's how long a video has to be to qualify for a second ad slot in the middle. That's content moderation, baby. YouTube wants a certain kind of video, and it created incentives to get it. That's the business you're in now. The longer you fight it or pretend that you can sell something else, the more Twitter will drag you into the deepest possible muck of defending indefensible speech. And if you turn on a dime and accept that growth requires aggressive content moderation and pushing back against government speech regulations around the country and world, well, we'll see how your fans react to that.
And I do agree. Elon's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Simple as that. He just is. If you give in to people's demands of, hey, we want this and this and this, and, take care of this and this and this, well, it's not advertiser friendly. If people are saying everything they want to, anytime they want to, people aren't going to feel safe, quote unquote, right? They might not like that, the N-word increased, the use of the N-word increased 500%. They're not going to like that. But if you do step in and moderate your content, well, the fan base that you built up, they're not going to like that because that's not the type of fan base you cultivated. When you cultivate a certain group of people, they're going to want to have demands met, right? If you grow a progressive audience and you talk about political, subjects, well, then you turn around and immediately out of nowhere you're just super right-leaning. People aren't going to want to watch you, or at least not the audience that you built up. If you come out and you start supporting the cancellation of all these other people, and then you flip-flop and you're like, oh, I don't like canceling, the audience you built isn't going to like that. They're going to be like, hey, what happened to the guy we listened to? And what happened to the guy that we thought was having all these good ideas, got replaced by some idiot who's scared? Honestly, I don't even know why this guy bought Twitter, to be honest with you. I don't know how you make it exist in a good way. I mean, maybe you think of it as like, oh, this is charity, right? I'm just going to create a forum for free speech as mainstream as possible, and I'm not going to make any money out of it. I'm going to do my best to break even with Twitter Blue, but that's not very likely because that's the only plan that I see working here, right? That's the only way I see that this, comes out to be a good investment for Elon. I'm going to end things off here. I talked a little bit more about Twitter as a whole than about Turkey Tom, but that pretty much is the situation. And I thought the point he made was interesting, and it does involve Twitter, so I thought it would be nice just to make a quick little overarching talk about the whole thing. Alright, thank you all for watching. Goodbye.